Abbottabad home to 3 military regiments and a military academy, and the house being so close to the academy. Even before this, there had been long-standing suspicions that somehow someone or some faction of the Pakistani intelligence agency was sheltering Osama Bin Laden. So this, in a sense, it was such a surprise that it happened here and not the tribal regions, which is where most people have assumed he had been hiding. So it was a combination of that and the fact it was in Abbottabad, where there's already a strong military presence, has certainly raised questions over whether Pakistan knew. It should be said that oftentimes Pakistani security forces are not the most competent, and while the inevitable questions, suspicions are raised, I think it may just turn out that they just were not very good at their job. Well, the Pakistani authorities took several hours to actually issue a formal statement. When they did, it didn't contain much. It hailed the death of Bin Laden as a victory against terrorism, and noted that Pakistan had also suffered from Al-Qaeda terror attacks. Didn't say anything about its involvement, and it appeared to be quite carefully worded in possible anticipation of a backlash by the Pakistani people, or at least Pakistani Islamists, at the fact that Americans were allowed to take part in this, carry out this operation on its soil. Now, of course, the Pakistani line is that they didn't know anything about it. But I think many people are asking, how is it possible that helicopters were allowed to take off from an army base without anyone in the Pakistani establishment's knowledge? Certainly, if it's proved, or if US officials state that they believe Pakistan has been sheltering Osama bin Laden all this time, it would have a disastrous effect on Pakistani-US relations. I'm not sure that's going to happen. I think such is the importance of the ties, even though it's an imperfect relationship. I don't think either side would want to see them severed now, but certainly I don't think it's a joint celebration over the killing of Osama bin Laden. I think underneath this there are deep tensions, and the fact that the ISI said they weren't involved, and the fact that it now appears that Osama bin Laden was hiding so close to the Pakistani army installations will inevitably raise tensions, especially in the short term.